Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well and studies are going in full swing. This is a video specifically for our January 25 CA Inter students who are going into the last lap of their preparation, and at this point your thoughts would be crowded by a lot of things. Should I give one group, two groups? Should I focus on only selected subjects? Is my preparation sufficient? I don't know if I can do this in the last 30 days, 40 days that I've. First of all, pause and tell yourself that it is possible. Stick to a goal and try to move forward in that direction. There has been umpteen precedents where people have actually utilized the last 30-40 days effectively and kind of managed to ace their exams, and over here we are probably trying to share you some important do's and don'ts which can help you in achieving your desired goal. But that goal has to be fixed. Don't keep on questioning yourself based on your past preparation right now. And I would say that your originally defined goal would be that you want to give both the groups or the group that you are studying for, and stick to that. Don't question, and postponing and pushing back the goalpost is not the answer. You will do that if you have the positive conviction. So first of all, what are the important do's and don'ts? Well, in terms of the study timing that you have, well, it's very basic math where you kind of have around 35, I would say, but 4-5 days, let's say you keep for advanced accounts at the end, and let's say you have close to a month. So approximately you can dedicate around 4 to 5 days per subject, and depending on the level of preparations you are, you can go with that. So I'm not going to go into that exact scheduling because different people at this stage are at different levels of their preparation. But more importantly, what you should ensure during that time frame. First of all, the most important thing over here is now the time that you have is going to be for your almost final revision before your exams, and hence you have to be preparing this revision as what you will manage in those last 1.5 days that you have. So the most important thing is marking while you are revising. Sir, what do you mean by marking? Every chapter, let us say amalgamation, has close to 30 problems. However, every problem you will not have the time to refer before your exams, especially for subjects other than accounts where you have just 1.5 days. So while you're referring this, mark questions as LDR, which are good questions. Even your professors would have probably shared, but otherwise you can mark questions which are good entirely as LDR questions. Out of 30, maybe not more than 10 to 12 will go over there. Maybe then while you see a question, you might see that everything over here is manageable except for an adjustment or to keep a highlighter with you, a distinct color highlighter, except for what you have done, because your entire book would have been painted like a painting right now. You want to find a highlighter where you can mark an important adjustment and the impact of that in the question and the solution. This will help you save invaluable time, and you can come back to thank me later before your 1.5 days where completing the entire course is a challenge. So while you are preparing, keep those 1.5 days in mind and don't just read, because if you need 4 or 5 days now, you don't have 4 or 5 days at the end. So you need to filter down stuff, and the best way to do is specifically marking those questions, maybe based on your professor's material or maybe based on your judgment, but marking LDR questions. And for the other ones, marking important adjustments. Every chapter will have at least 1/3 of the questions which are just simple basic concept builders which you need not refer before the exam. So put a cross mark next to that so that you can use your time effectively. So that is very important. Secondly, while you are doing this preparation, ensure that at this stage you don't just refer important questions. So the mistake that a lot of students do over here is at this stage they only refer important questions. No, this is a time where you try to refer as much as possible. I can understand that you might not be able to cover the entire. However, just referring around 50% of the course at this stage is not the ideal way. So please don't just refer important questions at this point. Try to refer as much as possible to the extent you have prepared, and that should suffice. Okay. Second, what you need to ensure, and you need to balance this very properly, is some bit of writing practice. So you would have always heard literatures and hours saying and emphasizing the importance of writing practice. And when I say writing practice, I can understand that theoretically you should write everything and solve, but at this stage you don't have that time. So balancing that out is very important. It is impossible to complete everything by writing in the last few days, but not doing anything is also equally dangerous. So what I would strongly recommend is, well, you want to have writing practice so that your pen moves properly, And hence in every chapter, at least 2 to 3 problems properly, the big ones, the important ones, you solve it on pen and paper properly. Everything else, you can do it on a calculator or refer it. You can't solve everything at this point. Everyone will tell you solve, write everything, but you don't have that much time right now. If you have done that earlier, great. If not, nothing to worry. At least like you're doing a consolidation problem, 2 or 3 problems you solve on pen and paper with the schedule 3 format, everything. Other problems, you do it on your calculators in rough, in DT, computation of income, maybe 2 or 3 detailed problems you solve that, so you get a hang of the format. And also, your writing speed is intact. You don't write every question right now. So don't write every question. You do that and well, you have 30 days. Theoretically, you should be able to write, but practically we know that is not possible. So don't go into that thing that I want to write everything. Well, you refer everything, write at least 2 or 3 important problems. Ensure you do that. Third, in terms of material, right now focus on the material that you have done your preparation from. It can be the institute material, your professor's material, whatever it is. Adding on to that, you can probably refer the RTPs or MTBs. Most of the problems of the last 3, that is the new course attempts. So probably you'll have the May 24, September 24 and now the Jan 25 ones. If you have time, great. If not, at least the last one, go in the descending order. If you have very limited time, then the Jan 25 for sure. Little more time, then September 24 and then May 24. Beyond that, you don't need to refer at this point. If possible, at least go through this, because there have been a lot of cases where institute picks up sums directly over there. Most of the sums, I'll again repeat, would be repetitive. So if you can have a source where you can figure out the new sums best, so you can use your time more effectively. But not doing RTPs, MTPs is also not the best way. Now over here, this is for the last 3 attempts, ideal, if not at least for 1 attempt. Now writing a test. Is it necessary to write a test? In my opinion, non-negotiable. You have to write a test. Sir, but which test should I select? Which is the best one? I don't know. Okay, then you write the institute's mock test paper, or if you have not attempted the September one, then the September 24 paper. That is the most recent one, and it will give you an idea of your time management. It will give you an idea of where you stand when you want to present. And when should I write the test? Well, when you are doing the final revision now, maybe 3 to 4 or 5 days that you are allocating. At the end of that, dedicate 3 hours, undisturbed, unrestricted 3 hours, and write a test. Maybe if someone can correct and give you the marking, nothing like it. If not, it's fine. Those time management skills, how to play out those 50 overs, are equally important as learning how to kind of hit those shots. So you ensure that you do that. And at this stage, you will be bombarded across various sources with tons of material. Do not, I will repeat, do not refer any new material as compared to what you have. The only new material that you can refer is the RTPs or the MTBs of the institute of the recent. Other than that, there is a truckload of information. Ensure that you are a jack of all. It is great if you are a master of all as well, but if not, at least ensure that you are a jack of all. Refer the course in the material institute or your professor's material that you have, and most of them would have covered to that extent that you can easily write a paper properly. Referring 10 different materials is only going to put it down. It is like saying that when you're scrolling social media, or you have, let us say, Netflix, where you have Amazon and so many different shows, it is difficult to figure out which show to watch. But if you have just one show, well, you're watching that, and ensure that you kind of do that. Okay, so these are some basic things. I hope you kind of keep your focus, treat it like the most important days. Keep those negative thoughts out. Tell yourself that you will be able to do it. Push yourself, and it is very much achievable. You always tend to overemphasize on your weaknesses and underplay your strengths. Remember, your strengths are there with you. There would be some weaknesses, but there's a 100-mark paper, 50 marks to pass. You go wrong every alternate question and you still pass, right? There's a huge margin of error that you have, and back yourself on that. So you don't want to get 100. If you get, great, but you don't necessarily have to get 100 on 100. At the bare minimum, you need to get 50. That is going along every alternate question, but still clearing, and you definitely have it in you to do that. Okay, so wish you all the very best. Study well. We'll keep uploading our revision videos, and please do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon in case you want more updates. That's it. See you soon. Bye bye.